Right, hey guys, how we doing? Back another Everything Great About video. I personally feel like parts 1 and 2 of JoJo's doesn't get enough love. I feel like part 3 onwards is the only thing that everyone talks about, so as soon as I seen that was an Everything Great About part 1 and 2, I thought it'd be fun to check it out, and we can remind ourselves why part 1 and 2 are so goddamn epic. I love them. I really do. I think they're great. And, yeah, let's tick off all the Everything Great Abouts. Hell yes.
Decent use of CGI that actually looks so decent that I genuinely thought for a moment there that they had managed to create one of the most smoothest hand-drawn animations I've seen to
I mean, yeah, it looks good.
date.
Oh, here we go. The man, the myth, the legend himself.
Wow. I've never seen that before.
It really does take you by surprise first time you watch JoJo's. Daddy!
For kicking the dog, I'm removing a sin here. Don't hurt animals,
Do you mean win? You're going to remove a win.
real or bloody otherwise.
It does straight away set up, though, that he is just a bad, bad man, and we're not going to like him as we go on. But, I mean, we're going to like him as a bad guy, but we don't want to like, be associated with people like that. He's just like, yeah, haha.
Actually feeling sorry for JoJo, as sadly I too have known people like this, where you can never do anything right without being compared to someone else. The anime actually making me feel stuff and remember things, I'll give an easy 2 wins.
Dio's just such a bastard, man. No, not the kiss. No, not the kiss. No. This was boss. It's like, I'd rather drink this disgusting water than taste your lips on my mouth.
I like the fact that after he sexually assaulted her, she actually did this, cleaning her mouth straight away because she was so disgusted by what he did to her. It was also likely to try and purify her lips for JoJo once again. Hats off to her. Take 5 wins for being a surprisingly cool character this early on in my book.
Yeah, she's class.
Whoa, I'm getting super strong Super Saiyan vibes coming
Hell yeah.
from this scene, and I very much like the manliness factor getting turned up to 11.
Beat the crap out of him! Beat the crap out of him! We're gonna beat you until you cry.
Holy shit for JoJo finally getting in some good hits.
Hell yeah.
Because I must say, I was starting to lose my temper seeing poor old JoJo getting bullied so horrifically like this.
Yeah.
And then worse, not even being able to land a single hit against him in a fight. I didn't expect this at all.
It's class. Oh, the blood on the mask.
Wow, go ahead and take another 3 wins for the continuation of awesome hits.
Boom.
目を覚ましてからしばらくしてダニーが死ん
Oh, that was horrible that they put him in the
だ
freaking
こと
thing.
を思い出し泣いた
Killing the dog equals 2 wins removed, especially for how it was done. Goddamn, I love animals so much that it affects me writing these bloody videos.
Yeah, and then if you read, if you look at the manga, obviously I've not. You guys know I've not read the manga, but I've seen the manga panels. It's even worse in the manga when the dog actually gets out and starts running around on fire. It's like, whoa, gross.
This CD, which contains interesting Aztec connections, and I enjoyed how they ended up using the blood to connect everyone from the story, which I've read a little bit about in terms of the time jumps. All in all, other than the dog issues, I thought it was a good first episode and so deserving of 3 wins, which also includes a win for the ED.
Go.
An intro which makes fantastic use of its visuals with really compelling visuals.
Yes.
Some use of decent looking CGI in most cases, a very strange but oddly good song, and a fantastic comic book effect that dazzles the eyes. As usual, this will earn the anime 5 wins.
Hell yes.
ディオ、学園の新聞に君たちの友情について書くけど、話してくれないか？
友情だと
The poses.
綺麗事を並べてニコニコするなよなクズどもが
I'm very confused, but oddly very interested at the same time. What an odd combination.
Dio, 君の7年間の考えが分かった。
The over the top. I see what you've been planning. You never had a love for me.
僕らには最初から友情など存在しなかった。そして父にはもう近づかん。
Whilst I'm not a huge fan of the artwork, one standout feature of this anime most definitely has to be the very convincing work of the voice actors.
Yeah, the voice actors are great, but the artwork's great. What are you talking about?
So far, everyone that's
The weird contrasting colours, I think it makes it stand out.
been introduced has had a very decent voice actor, in my honest opinion.
Menacing.
Yeah, baby, now this is what I'm talking about. Finally going to get some more JoJo kicking ass action, and it doesn't matter how much of Dio's ass is kicked, it will never be enough for me after the last episode. This whole scene is pretty damn awesome, showing off for the first time the power of the mask in a really great way.
Yeah, man. What's up?
Now this here is a brilliant scene, containing outstanding voice acting from characters really having to belt out a few lines, awesome visuals of Dio getting his blood drained, and finally with the sun destroying what I can only assume is a vampire.
Yeah. Here we go. I'm a vampire now. Ciao, ciao.
Once again, awesome looking effects, and a shock murder of JoJo's father earns the anime 2 easy wins.
悪くないぞ、ジョジョ。息子の腕の中で死んでいくと
Oh.
いうの。
Wow, this death scene was handled really nicely. I mean, I'm not the world's biggest fan of the father, and him making up a seamlessly never-ending amount of excuses for Dio, up to and including, I treated him so well, and you so poorly, that perhaps that's what made him want to kill me. But overall, the scene was still handled really nicely between a great soundtrack and once again some awesome visuals.
Yeah, it's cool.
俺は自分が困るとすぐ泣き抜かすアマちゃんは大嫌いだがよ。この親子は違う。自分たちのしたことを後悔しない最高の大アマちゃんだぜ。
For a criminal, this dude is saying some insanely nice stuff about JoJo. That's pretty much
Speedwagon.
nicer compliments than anything anyone has ever given me. Bless his heart.
ディオ、止まれ。ディオ。
For the bloody scene that just happened. Not the British bloody hell kind, but literal blood, which I can't show because of YouTube censorship, and for the first reveal of Dio as an annoyingly decent looking vampire son of a bitch.
Yeah. Oh, let's get into this.
Well, this will sound random, but that was some insanely real looking blood for an anime.
Yeah, the little split. Oh, this is where the randomness really kicks in. This is where you start to understand JoJo's.
Although the scene loses a few points in my book for having characters looking like they're falling so far it could be from the top of a skyscraper,
No, stop it,
and
no,
still
it's meant to be so.
not be tall enough to finish
No,
their
it's
internal
meant to be
monologues,
wacky.
I still very much like this, and how JoJo saved himself from the flames here was excellent.
ジョースター家の守護神慈愛の女神像
Now that was very awesome.
Yeah, it's close.
つい気が緩んで意識をまあなんてこと
JoJo being
So
extremely
buff.
manly in the face of adversity gets the anime a win.
Oh, the introduction of Hamon. Yeah, man. Zeppeli.
JoJo and the girl actually caring about the well-being of a toad equals a win.
Yes.
Because I'm always on board with anime who showcase some love towards animals both big and small. I always think it's a good message for younger people, to be honest.
私は海に飛び込んだがそいつは追ってきた
Well, that's a bloody fear coming right out of the horror books for me. The idea that this, I'm guessing we're agreeing at this point in time that they're vampires, dives into the sea to continue after him. That's horrible.
Yeah, man. Oh, God.
時間がない。ジョジョ、波紋呼吸法の仕上げは実践でやるぞ。
はい 戦いの覚悟はできています。俺もだぜ。
I have to say, I'm really loving how this guy who was a violent criminal has just utterly
Speedwagon's
turned his
sick.
life around and seemingly is devoting it to helping and protecting JoJo, the man who we first met by attempting to kill him in London. Not only is it a nice twist, but it's also kind of heartwarming for me to see how well he treats JoJo, who
Oh, the Speedwagon Foundation becomes such a big deal.
ironically never really experienced much affection from his father during his later life.
Let's go.
My word, this could so easily be a scene from Mob Psycho 100.
Yeah.
The way it's animated and the visual cues and effects with
I mean, it's not quite up there with the Mob Psycho animation, but I know what you mean.
pop up on screen to accentuate what's happening and what moves they're performing. Even the voice actors' tones are pretty close to Mob Psycho 100. Oh, the point of all of this is that I love that show a lot,
Mob Psycho 100 is amazing.
and so it's always nice to see that particular style, as I must admit I don't get to see it all that often.
そこだ吸血ゾンビ。風を伝われ波紋。戦闘波紋。
Overdrive!
Well now, wasn't that the height of f***ing
Hell
awesomeness?
yeah.
So far, this episode has had a great start, with there being some team building, witnessing a bright and colourful new town with a brief history lesson on it. We've also had some funny moments where they crossed the lake, and now the mood has changed to become more serious in quite an expert fashion with the grand return of Dio.
Ooh, it's night time.
All in all,
Let's use the leaves to fly away.
I think this deserves 3 wins for 3 great minutes.
食らえディオ。
This was such a badass moment, but for all the wrong reasons, since Dio has now become a lot more powerful than ever before, and much more so than these two even fighting together and combining their power. This for me at least stood out as quite a great moment of the episode.
これならどうだ。スピードワゴン君。極寒地に住む奴らはよ、登場にかかった時、アザラシの体内に入って直していたぜ。
This happens. But no, seriously, it's cool to actually see Speedwagon being able to help the
something,
group out in some way.
Yeah, because they're with the hammer on and stuff and like doing all the fighting. Speedwagon's just watching from the sideline. It's quite cool that he gets involved.
Considering he's not quite as gifted as the other two in combat and special abilities.
今は昔1565年頃王位継承を
Oh, this is the introduction of the two guys that Dio sends to fight.
争
Yeah,
った
yeah,
2人
yeah,
の
yeah.
女王がいた。一人は女王エリザベス1世。
The fact that the anime takes the time to pause the action and actually give us a brief history lesson to keep us in the loop is very much appreciated by this
Yeah.
dumbass.
Pretty cool.
意外、それは髪の毛。しまっ。うわ。
This whole battle with some great music in the background, awesome moves and
So
visuals,
cool when they get
and a
into the water
storyline
as
which
well.
is really starting to pump me up now, has to get an easy 2 wins here. I've got to straight up admit that this scene right here was really badass. It was one of those moments where I just didn't know what JoJo could actually do to get out of the rock and a
And then when
hard
he
place
does,
situation he was in.
oh.
But then gaining 1 breath down there and being able to use his ability was just
Because
insane.
Hamon's all about the breathing, man.
やはり拳で接触して直接太陽の波紋を送り込まねば。
So before now, I hadn't really thought about this anime style and how good it looked. If I'm being honest, at first I didn't like it much. However, as I left the screen open on my desktop and did some other things, I saw this image. And it was only after seeing the shading and strong contours of his hands and face
There's a lot of
that I
detail.
realised that the anime is actually really nicely detailed.
Yeah.
鋼を伝わる波紋疾走。メタルシルバーオーバードライブ。
Yes!
うまい。
Haha, now that little block and attack was awesome.
Good
あの顔
show.
はさっきまでの怒りと憎しみに歪んだ顔で
Speedwagon narrating everything that's going on. I love
で
it.
はない母
Letting us know what's going on. Yes, thank you.
親と会話する息子のように安らいでいる顔だ
I love this sentence so much.
こんな素晴らしい男にこんな
Voice acting on this is so good.
高い人間に最後の最後に出会えたから我が女王のもとへ旅だと。
It might sound silly, but I actually genuinely found this scene to be quite sad. I'm not entirely
Recognise
sure
the
why,
voice as
but the
well.
art style and voice acting definitely helped make me feel this way. I know that much.
亡者どもが町へいた時のことを考えるんだ。あのでっかい兄ちゃんが死んじまったら 町が襲われる
Wow, what an awesome kid. From his backstory
Yeah, it's realizing, "Oh, I've got to do something."
to his bravery issues, and then finally coming to the rescue despite being injured in a fantastic fashion.
私には追い求めているものがあるのです。それを放っておくことはできません。
These snow and light effects together are next level, considering this anime aired in 2012.
Damn, okay. Oh no!
I must admit that I didn't think it would go down like this. Seeing him go out in such a way is horrible.
ジョジョ、私の生命エネルギーすべてを捧げたぞ。
Separator!
許さんダルカス
JoJo turns up the manliness factor to 1000!
Hell yes.
今のお前はさあ早く行け。わしは自分の運命に満足し、わしは最後に自分さよなら
Zeppeli.
Genuinely a saddening moment for me. I never thought I'd feel like this about a character I've only known for a
Yeah, he's
few
not in it
episodes
long, right? Yeah.
on an anime I've just started, but the feels are real here, so I'm going to top the wins up to 85 in his memory.
Boom.
このディオがお気に召さんのなら彼に相手してもらうといい。バイ、マドモアゼル。
Mademoiselle.
Another great example of mixing CGI with hand-drawn animations to great effect.
Yeah, it's really good. And we got Dire Straits and the other dude.
どこまで絞り出したぞ。
Okay, I'm just going to straight up say that JoJo is fucking awesome,
Squeeze
to be
out the
honest.
poison out of his face.
僕の気持ちを聞かせてやる。紳士として恥ずべきことだが、正直なところ、今のジョナサン・ジョースターは恨みを晴らすためにディオ、貴様を殺すのだ。
Hell yes!
I love it!
Hell yes! Kill him! Get him! Go, JoJo!
ジョジョ。
Okay, so I'm going to quickly explain something here. When I first started this series, I was very unimpressed with the animation. Drop the pitchforks, let me finish. However, having now watched a few episodes, I can happily state that it's more than grown
It's
on.
awesome, yeah.
I can see that there's great attention to detail with the square faces looking more human-like than any other anime I can think of. For this, I'll show my appreciation with 5 wins.
Cool.
Now that was fucking awesome, albeit brief.
そこの青ちょびた連中をよこすなよ。
次から次へとキリがないわい。
これでは助けに行けない。
I've really got to hand it to them. They've come up with some fantastic voice actors who've been performing their roles with true professionalism.
decent.
They just seem to each fit the character they're portraying expertly.
今わかるぞディオ。レッシャー。止められたか。
For this scene giving us outstanding voice acting, tremendous visual effects, and for
They
being
so go
overall
for it,
totally
man.
badass, I'll give 5 wins.
疲労だぜ。無理もねえ。たった一晩に何人も死んでいる戦いをしてきたんだ。
Go on, Speedwagon. Step up. Help.
見てるかい、ゼベリのおっさん。やったぞ。
For a brilliant end to a brilliant episode.
It's not over yet.
関係すると思われる目撃情報は1件。4人のよそ者が
The fact that the animators took the time to write out
Get the whole text is there, man. Like, whoa.
the first part of a newspaper, all in very well written English to fit the narrative of the story and where it's taking place.
乗っちゃったよ。もうすぐ出港だもん。
何？どこだ？どこだ？
The fact that previously, this man who tried to kill JoJo is now this good a friend of theirs. His
And he's got Zeppeli's hat.
excellent reaction to having almost missed seeing them off, and finally for the voice actor's awesome portrayal of the character. I'm also adding another win here for the continuation of world building, because sometimes it can be tiring to see the same characters interact in the exact same locations time and time again. An obvious exception that comes to mind is of course Steins Gate, which before you comment has already been sent. But my point here is that only 9 episodes in and we've seen lots of different locations one after another. Doing this keeps it fresh and adds a level of realism that ends up making it stick in your head as a great anime long after you finished it.
俺はいつまでも応援する
Oh, it's not that of a happy ending though.
困った時はいつでもどんなところでも駆けつけるつもりだぜもっとも帰って足手まといかな
Oh,
That's impossible, dude. You'd never be in the way in my eyes.
speed. No.
これが僕の命
Damn you, anime, for making
Yeah.
me care so much about JoJo already.
God damn.
ワンチェンを食ってしまえ
I can't wait to see how he feels about the ending of part 1. This is going to be interesting.
そしてピストンを再稼働させろ
爆発が始まる
It's nice to see that one of Dio's evil plans didn't actually go according to plan.
Hell yes.
Otherwise, it would start to become a little predictable.
No.
Oh, man. He really was a bloody hero right till the very last second. This is genuinely incredibly sad for me to see.
死んでいる
R.I.P. JoJo. R.I.P.
Here we go, part 2. Alright.
エリナばあちゃんに叱られるぜなんてやつだ警官をこ
Run
んな目に遭
away,
わせた
Smokey!
I'm liking this guy a lot already.
I love how different he is as well. It's obviously class.
今のはハモン
Overdrive.
Wow, that was such an awesome scene. Clearly an awesome kid.
It's absolute boss.
Oh my fucking word, I can't believe they just killed off Speedwagon.
No, but they didn't. It's okay.
I feel genuinely sad.
It's okay.
Oh.
そして血が上着ではなくてシャツについているということは上着を脱いで喧嘩してきたということ
This scene showing off JoJo's excellent deduction skills.
He really is good at deducting stuff. Next, you're going to say.
いくら真実とはいえそんな最悪の情報をエリナおばあちゃんにいきなり聞かせたのは許せねえ怯えさせて悲しませちまったじゃねえか
I've got to say, it was quite shocking to see JoJo react in such a way like this. It must be one of the first times I've seen something like that in an action anime. You know, someone actually caring so much about their family that I'd even want to just protect her from knowing the truth about Speedwagon. I thought that was really nice, actually, showing off his gentle side.
Yeah, he has that nice side to him.
あんた以前どっかで会ったことないかな
Straights.
Now that was absolutely brilliant
And just so unexpected. Like, where did he get it from? Well, okay, it's cool.
and highly unexpected.
嫌えぶっかわすかだ
Wow, for a young guy, this JoJo is an absolute badass. I love this scene.
Run away,
Although
Smokey!
I will say I'm very
Wait for
confused
it.
about how the use of mirrors made it look as though JoJo had a hole in his neck and head after that attack.
Ah, well.
ダブル作はさっき思いついたカモン
So cool.
Jesus fucking Christ, dude, that was absolutely brilliant. I think it's great how the first JoJo was a man of nothing but honor and
This
pure
guy is
strength,
just
both physically and
slick.
with principle. Cut to his grandson, and JoJo, whilst being physically strong, has a short fuse, but has incredible intellect and strategy.
So cool.
It's just awesome how they gave these two very different characteristics.
It's nice. Yeah, I love it. Every JoJo's different. You're not just watching the same thing every time.
リオダダ川で重傷で発見された老人の意識が回復しました遺跡の場所を聞き出せます
For keeping Speedwagon alive, I must simply add 5 wins here, baby.
Hell yes.
だがドイツ軍の奴らにどんな目に遭わされていることやら救い出してやるそして一刻も早くエリナばあちゃんの笑顔を見るんだ
That's some genuinely heartwarming stuff.
Yeah.
手を上げろちょっとでも動いたら撃つぞどうしていきなり何なの
want some
Okay, now
tequila?
that was both unexpected and absolutely
Would you not
hilarious.
want some tequila? This was so weird.
Oh wow, now this is a really sick but awesome way of displaying this new foe's unknown abilities to us, the viewer, and it was done so well in this instance.
Weird.
構わん殺せ部下の体ごと撃って撃って撃ちまくら
Gotta give some love to them actually using accurate German weapons from the World War II era.
Cool, cool. Just releasing the bullets back out of his
A
fingers is so
fantastic
stupid.
end to a fantastic episode.
This is where it starts
ハ
to
ッピ
get
ーウレピ
really...
ーよろぴくねハッピーウレピーよろぴくねサンタナさんさあご一緒に
JoJo being JoJo.
俺の拳がある
I'm giving 4 wins for that. That was great.
この取り込む時を待っていたのよ完璧だぜ
Alrighty, I have to give 5 wins for that little trick, and my goodness, what a thing of beauty it was with the special effects and such vivid looking colours.
Hell yes. The stairs.
That was bloody brilliant the entire
Yeah,
scene.
the way they work together to do that. So
The end
well.
of the episode is getting 3 wins, not just because of the great voice acting and the awesome finale to this ultra vampire, but also because once again the anime is doing some great world building. We've now been told that the next stage of the journey will take JoJo to Rome, and again I'm reminded of what I said earlier on in this video about loving how the anime
Different locations, traveling. Well, that's why I think I love part 3 so much, because of the journey and the travel and everything. It's absolutely fantastic.
takes place in so many different locations, always keeping it fresh.
Yeah.
もう一度言うぜてめえは鳩にさえ勝てねえのさ
Caesar!
やれ
Here I'm going to add a few wins, and it's because it's Speedwagon and the grandsons of both the original JoJo and Zeppeli, and to me that's worth 3 big fat wins.
悪く普通の人々と同じに家族を愛し恋人を愛し
They always manage to do such a fine job of sending off characters in style and trying their very best to ensure the viewer feels something of their passing.
No, like the musical will be good. We'll have to see something that makes us hit. The actual like reaction from the characters on screen, yeah.
We didn't know this character long, but his interactions with the others made us feel even the tiniest bit sorry for him, and that's a big deal. Again, considering how long he was in the anime for.
他に波紋の仲間はいないようです
行くぞ
I love JoJo. Moments like this just speak to his awesome and funny character
So
so
good.
much.
Hello.
Even when things look incredibly dire, he's still there to make us laugh and hopefully pull off something great.
しかもその変形のスピードはサンタナ以上だクラッカーはかすりもせずに吹
Clackers didn't even touch him.
っ飛んでいく始末
I must admit, I do like how this anime often mixes things up, because up until now, these kinds of special moves have been met with victory for the good guys. However, now both special moves have been smashed away by the insane power
The
of these
stakes
new
are
bad guys on the
raised. The stakes are raised with the Pillar Men in.
scene. So basically, I'll give a win here for them making it not so obvious as to how this fight was going to go down. See, mixed it up yet again with JoJo landing a huge hit on the bad guy when I honestly thought he was going to get knocked out and that would be the end of the battle for the time being.
I hope he doesn't skip over the whole like JoJo being on the floor and getting up and falling and getting up and falling.
覚悟して
Yes, here we go. This is so good.
This entire fucking scene had me laughing so damn hard it's insane. I just adore the fact that he keeps laying down and
So
pretending to be dead and yet is moving further and further away each
And he doesn't
time.
even clock on
It's
to
so
it.
funny.
俺も絶対絶命
Oh,
またなんか策を考
genius.
えなく
See, part 1 and part 2 are amazing.
ちゃな
Limited and decent usage of CGI.
リングの中に
Let me know if you want me to check out the Everything Great Abouts for all the other parts as well, because I'd love to.
は毒薬が入っている。手術で取り出す
Oh,
こ
with
と
the
はで
ring,
きない。
yeah.
無理に取り出そうとすれば殻はあっという間に破れ、毒は流れ出す。
This was such an awesome and clever idea to ensure that JoJo must train to beat him. Very nice indeed.
一流の賭博師さながらの心理戦のブラフ。見事だった。波紋の修行に付き合うぜ。
And
Let's study
thus,
Hamon
an
together.
awesome and great pairing for the
Friendship.
anime was born.
Caesar! I can't wait for him to get to that bit.
だから水が爆発したんだ。しかし、俺はこの指の先、一点からだけ波紋を放出したのだ。一点集中。
A bit of a random time for me to mention it, but I'm going to give a win here for the music in the background.
Boss.
It's very different from the normal music, and I think it nicely fits the scene.
ベネチアってのは観光都市じゃねえのか？こんなところに波紋の先生なんているのか？
Yet again, another location on this epic journey. I love how they keep showing us new places and always try to make it seem realistic.
Oh, this is where we're going to meet Lisa Lisa, isn't it? Lisa Lisa, sad Lisa Lisa.
リサリサと呼ばれている。本名、その生い立ち、家庭。なぜ波紋の道に入ったのかは誰も知らない。
Hell yeah. I mean, when we learn what happened, who she is later. Oh, the training! This is so good!
油の弾ける勢いを利用して夢の上へジャンプ。
Wow, a fucking insanely awesome finish to the climb that was.
10秒後、ジョジョ、離すなよ13回スタート、登頂に成功。
Now that was a nice touch.
I have to say, don't let go 13
俺の
times.
作戦としてはちょいと残酷趣味だが、師範代と協力してあげたダメージ1ってとこか。エシリス。
Now that, in spite of its gore, was absolutely bloody beautiful. What a great scene.
このエシリシのモードからいつまで逃げ回れるかな。
I guess it would be a crying shame to not give 5 wins for the entire awesome battle between
Thread
these
off
two
his
great
hat.
foes. It pulls out excellent music, artwork, and consistently surprising strategies and secret attacks, and it's led by 2 fantastic voice actors' work.
師範代、あんたのしごきに対して礼を言うぜ。フラッチェ、ロギンズ。
A great end to the battle, showcasing JoJo's continued rise to the top in terms of raw power and high intellect.
He's so smart.
Kind of, having once again beaten another insanely powerful foe. This battle was a joy to watch overall, and I think it all went down in a brilliant and great fashion.
30分待てって
Oh no.
言うな。
Nice!
30
Very
分待
nice.
つのはリサリサの部屋のドアの前で待つのがベストで。
Be interested to see what he says now. Be interested what he says later.
My word, this voice actor is absolutely perfect for JoJo's character.
Yeah.
もし郵便物がベネ
Oh,
チアから
okay.
列車に乗せられ
That's
たら
cool.
ここは観光地世界のどこへ送られたかわからなくなります
I'm going to give 5 wins here for the crazy amount of detail that went into creating short scenes like this where we get a view of the city. In my experience, it's insanely rare for these shots to end up looking this good, so I can only imagine how much effort must have gone into this.
That is some detail.
本当にぶっ飛ばすわ、こら。ちくしゃー、殴れねえ。
Once again, very indicative of JoJo's character to try and pull off such a bluff and then make it so damn funny when he doesn't follow through.
Ah, no, god damn it. The music cut everything in.
Honestly, I think at this point in time, I actually prefer this character to all of the others. I just love his style. Saving the dog equals 2 wins.
Yeah, it's an interesting one.
この頃ドイツ軍はヨーロッパ各地を次第に占領しつつあった。彼らの悩みはその支配力が永遠に続くかどうかであった。
Demonstrating in a good amount of detail what was actually happening at that point in time in Europe and being accurate.
Yeah, it's pretty cool that they threw some historical like stuff in and yeah, made it fit.
これは光。お前は
Rawheim! Stroheim even. Rawheim, Stroheim. Yeah.
Okay, now
It's weird how much everyone loves him. Like, even me, but when you think about who he actually is, it's like, oh, okay. But within the concept of JoJo's, Stroheim's cool, man.
this revelation is straight up fucking awesome. I can't believe that they not only kept this character alive, but then they went as far as to cyborg his ass up to make his survival realistic within the confines of the anime.
Yeah.
I always liked his character, ever since he worked alongside JoJo to destroy the first Pillar Man, so I'm really pleased he's still alive. This hit is easily worth 5 wins in my honest opinion.
It's so stupid but awesome. Book drive!
It's really excellent for us to finally get to see Caesar and JoJo start to actually work together.
Yeah, it's just stupid way it's lost. Jesus.
Is it me, or was this actually an incredibly subtle way of letting us, the viewer, know that this guy places importance on living things? Firstly, we see it with the dog, where he went out of his way to ensure it would be safe, and now he's done the same with the flower. If this is in fact true, then it's a brilliant storytelling trick that I love, because it's not so obvious and in your face.
It's a bit weird
Very
for later,
cool.
though, but yeah.
もうすぐ届くよもっともっと伸びしてかかってね
And this gets 2 wins removed. Don't be a dick to animals, bro.
Oh, the cats are...
どうも意地悪かったな
they can be
今の俺
mean. Cats are mean to me. They keep pooping outside my house.
俺としたことが焦りのあるせいだ
Same on here as Anime Sin's corresponding episode. I'll add back 1 win from just now for acknowledging that he was being a numpty to the poor kitty.
Okay.
Finally getting the chance to find out more about Caesar's background. A great character whom up until now hasn't had very much time in the limelight. A sad story as well, all the same.
その水蒸気がスーツとなって太陽光線を屈折させ体を光から守っているんだ
This is a really clever way of allowing for a fight to take place during the day, and
Yeah.
also I love how it's properly explained so it makes sense to a dumbass like me.
あったホテルの中へ逃しろってシャ
Nice, he's just so sick.
ボンカッターフライデ
When we get to see Caesar in top form taking
It's
on a
so
foe that was
class.
previously so
The actions, the form, the stances, the... Ah!
out of his league, I feel like I just have to add a couple of wins.
シャボンラッチャー
Oh no, we're gonna get to that moment. No!
聞かぬと言ったろ
Such a good fight. Such a good fight.
This battle is really utilising some incredible looking visuals. I swear the animators seemed to get better and better as the series went on by my
It does
standards.
seem it, like, yeah.
レンズが外の日光をホテル内へ何
Caesar finishing off this great battle with yet again some more brilliant looking visuals and awesome voice acting from the pair of them.
やめろ
Oh.
I've got to give mad props to the guy for how he dealt with Caesar being in such bad shape at the end. Say what you want about him, but he does have pride in not wanting to shame him after the fight he put up against him.
まさかシーザーが
シーザー
For yet another incredibly sad end to a great character, I'm going to award 10 wins.
I should have worn my scarf.
R.I.P. Caesar.
Man.
俺にとって強い戦士こそ真理勇者こそ友であり尊敬する者俺はお前のことを永遠に記憶の片隅に留めておくであろうシーザー
See, this is what I was saying before about him showing respect to Caesar. I just have to add a final 5 wins for this scene and how he dealt with the death. It was really respectful to the very end. My god, the end of that episode cut me to the very bone. I'm not ashamed to admit that tears flowed freely as I saw the reaction of JoJo and Lisa to the death of their beloved Caesar. The music in the background fit his Italian heritage and personal tastes. The animation itself was on top form and the voice actors truly managed to portray the utter devastation that the two felt at the loss of their comrade. For how the final part of this episode was handled, I'm adding an additional 10 wins, and please keep in mind, I don't do this often, but only when an anime really hits and affects me.
It's so epic, man. It's just like, no. And he got the ring off of him as well so that JoJo could get rid of the thing on his heart for the poison and that. Like, ah.
バカ言うんじゃねえぞ
I loved this moment. I think the voice
Perfect.
actor had a tough job but managed to pull it off in an epic fashion in terms of making it legitimately sound as though you're burning alive.
So high
On
pitched
top
and
of that, the
painful.
animation
Oh.
made it look just as good. Finally, it's nice to see another step up the ladder of Hamon power when we see Senpai Lisa do some funky move and easily beat this powerful vampire. So, 3 wins here in total.
Nice.
リサリサ、あんたがその時まで代わりに持っててくれねえかい。
I could well be wrong, but if I'm not, this was a really cool way of giving us a hint into the future relationship between these
Nope. Nope.
two. Animators taking the time to make this look legitimately like 100 soldiers rather than just a copy and paste job of one over and over again. I mean, you can see subtle colour differences and different types of helmets and armour present among them. I like it when the effort is made for things like this that would likely just go unnoticed.
Yeah, it'd be dead easy to just copy paste the same one over and over and over and over and over again, but yeah.
なんか俺、昨日までは自分のことだけ考えて生きてきた。でも、今メラメラと湧き上ってくるこの気持ちは。
The mixture of the music, the sight of Caesar's place of death, and now the carrying of an ally away from the castle all makes for a huge amount of character progression. On top of this, JoJo then goes on to search through his feelings and validate them to us, the viewer, so we know without a doubt how all of this has affected him. He did indeed begin as someone who cared little for others, even to some degree Speedwagon and his grandmother, purely in terms of how he dealt with potentially lethal scenarios that they were involved in, like the plane crash with Speedwagon, for example. I love it when an anime is able to push character progression within a relatively short amount of time by using simple expressions like a grimace at Caesar's grave. I'll give 5 wins here, I think.
Yeah, because you get a lot through part 1 and 2, and there's not that many episodes for them either. Like, it's. I think it's very impressive how much emotion you get through from just that short amount of time.
なんでリサリサがこんな写真を。お、なんだこっちの写真は。
Drawing this so well that it actually looks like an old photo.
Mate.
Limited and very decent use of CGI.
ざりで態度や物腰は全然可愛くないと思ったけど。あ、サングラスの隙間に小じわ見っけ。
Let's go.
一緒に戦ってくれ、シーザー。
This is yet another great moment, further cementing the idea that Caesar meant a lot to JoJo, and him using his headband is a lovely visual symbol to demonstrate this to us, the viewer.
Hell yeah.
In short, it's a really nice way of remembering his friend who gave his life to help save JoJo's life, by getting the ring back for him before his death. I think this deserves a further 5 wins, to be honest, as I didn't think they'd be able to make me feel sadness for Caesar just as I did for his grandfather when he died protecting Joseph. JoJo once again being up against it
It's just the funny underhanded tactics that he has,
in
man.
terms of the odds of the situation going in his favour and using his street sense kind of intelligence to outwit his opponent and gain the upper hand. I love seeing stuff like this go down, and it's great that he's so different from his grandfather in this scene, as it gives us 2 entirely different main kinds of heroes.
Let's go.
For 2012, this is some sick-ass usage of CGI
Yeah,
that
it's
actually
really good.
really improves the scene in a big bloody way. I'm sure that would have been really difficult for them to animate using hand-drawn techniques, so for them to use CGI and make it look just as good is an awesome improvement for me.
Mate, this action is so cool. Swing around.
This beautiful and smooth
So
animation
good.
deserves mad props for how good it looks.
It's sick.
またまたやらせていただきました。
神綱嵐を正面からまともに食らったのに。
Once again, another situation that makes you feel like there's no possible way that the good guys could get the upper hand, and once again they managed to trick us and excite the hell out of me personally.
わけを言おう。それはワムーが真の格闘者だからだよ。
It might seem like a small detail, but them actually animating the dude's arm to move whilst he's resting his hand on it and talking is a big deal. They didn't have to do that, but they chose the route that once again
tension.
looks more realistic overall.
傷口は溶け始めていた。両腕の破門傷もさらに悪化した。もう神綱嵐は封じられたのだ。
This is absolutely fucking brilliant. Not only is it extremely well thought out and animated and voiced, but it's just insanely entertaining for a battle to go on like this where you're never sure what's actually about to happen next. Wow. Just wow. Never did I think they would be able to make me feel something even slightly similar for the death of this great warrior when compared to Caesar's death. It's not obviously on the same level, but I felt for this guy at the very end, how he went out with true honour just like he allowed Caesar to do. I'm giving straight up 5 wins here for the anime giving me a bad case of the feels. Oh my word, and then they go and pull this. The ultimate reward for JoJo having treated him as a fellow warrior and with honour to the very end, where this previous enemy actually goes on to defend JoJo against his own kind. Absolutely brilliant and well worth 2
So over
wins.
the top, but so sick, yeah.
お前に出会うために1万数千年もさまよってたのかもしれん。さらばだ、ジョジョ。
Between the action of the drinking of the antidote at the behest of the fallen warrior, his fantastic voice acting to the very end, and the soulful
Oh my god, we're going to get onto the cars bit next, aren't we? Oh, this is where it goes absolutely insane.
music to accompany what is actually a very sad scene, and giving 3 last wins in honour of this ancient and proud vampire.
どんな手を使おうが最終的に泣けばよかろうなのだ
Well, I guess my whole marriage prediction didn't really pan out in the end, did it? R.I.P. Sensei.
このシュトローハイムとドイツ軍精鋭部隊が相手だ我らスピードワゴンガイアン特別からの戦闘で
Speedwagon, let's go! It was spooky.
This is seriously so fucking awesome. Never been so happy to see my boy Speedwagon.
Hell yes.
そういうのなただのやけくそというのだ
I adore moments like this, where the show gets its use of CGI
The use of sound effects and everything is absolutely really cool as well.
absolutely bang on and then uses that to create some wildly vivid looking and entertaining scenes. Here we see his blades look amazing and smooth during his attacks, which admittedly likely wouldn't have looked as good if they were hand drawn.
弱っているもう貴様は終わりだ我々でもとどめを刺せるぞ
This amazing backing music to this dude. It's got such a cool track.
エリナおばあちゃんは聞かないでほしいと言ったけど、でも理由が知りたい。実の親子なのに隠してるなんて悲しすぎるよ。
Okay, so I guess I
There you go. There you go.
was very much wrong when I saw the ring and
Yeah.
thought this was a precursor to what may occur later on. So yeah, since she's his fucking mother and everything, I guess I'll point out a wedding is now unlikely to happen.
Definitely,
So
yeah.
just go ahead and giggle to yourselves.
Yep. Okay, I will.
This whole flashback sequence is expertly told to help us relive one of the anime's characters' lives who had previously gone almost entirely unmentioned. Instead, now we get a few minutes of sheer past joy which builds upon JoJo's father and then his mother, their lives and their tragedy. I think 5 wins are needed here for how well it was put together to weave the threads of the timeline from history to the present day.
息が止まるまでだとどういうことだ逃げるんだよ
Oh my god, I don't think I've laughed so long in forever. That was just absolutely unbelievably funny.
It's a nice throwback as well. It's a shame you didn't mention the first time where it's like, run away, Smokey.
Not only did I genuinely think there was some plan involved, but then the voice actor just carried the line perfectly. Take 3 wins for that.
おいジョジョ余計なことはするな逃げることだけを考えろいや奴を倒すのは今しかねえぜダメだ自分一人で何かをするなんてことを考えるな
I'm going to give 5 wins here for the Speedwagon and how he acted during this scene. It was like a mixture of a doting and caring father but also an amazing friend,
Yeah.
chosen by his own will to look out for JoJo as much as possible. The voice actor did an awesome job of conveying not just concern but genuine panic at a time where he couldn't come up with any other plan to dissuade him. I think this was done beautifully, to be honest, and was just a great character building scene for Speedwagon in my eyes.
ピラリアか
Piranhas in the sky.
飛行機を食い破っているどこから入って
Absolutely brilliant. I can't think of any way that this moment could have gone down any better.
just
They
so
managed
random.
to, in my eyes of course, raise the stakes over and over again and shock us with how the episode's long battle would go over and over. Take 3 wins for this.
エリナおばあちゃん一度だけおじいちゃんのことを話してくれたっけエリナおばあちゃんを救うために宿敵ディオと共に大西洋に散ったって
Yet another really touching memory
Nice
that truly
throwback.
shows JoJo's
Yeah, yeah,
love
yeah.
for his grandmother and how she's cared for him over the years. It was really sweet, actually.
これは
この飛行機は貴様の勘を
Such a cool line.
Oh my fucking word, they just made it even better. And then once again, there's that epic von Stroheim badass music filled to the very brim of absolute badassery.
So cool.
You, sir, are just straight up bloody awesome.
This play will be your coffin.
Take a final 5 wins for this episode for that epic and badass landing by von Stroheim and the killing of the greatest foe mankind has ever known. I cannot now wait to watch the final episode. I fucking love how they took the time to actually show us a detailed explanation of not only how Carr survived the heat, but then also gave us a pretty awesome looking visual demonstration of what saved his life.
だから彼らは地底に住んだ。太陽はなくとも他の動物や植物のエネルギーを吸い取ることによって
And some even had fine looking butts and boobs.
Yeah, they did.
そして死にたいと思っても死ねないので
God damn.
そのうちカーズは考えるのをやめた。
A really awesome and fitting end to an insanely powerful creature, whom in the end was beaten by a mere human, but one that was intelligent in incredibly inventive ways and who had honour to the very end, unlike his cheating foe. I think this is highly deserving of 5 wins for the entire lead up to this moment and the moment itself.
おいこら何者だ貴
Oh, when he
様
turns up to his funeral.
バカ者場所をわきまえろ場所バカ者だとあんた
This entire scene was an absolute joy to watch, with JoJo returning with that classic carefree attitude and light humour he's so well known for. I was smiling pretty much the entire way through, up to and including him having a little fight with a couple of dudes who didn't know he was in fact the not dead JoJo. For this lovely surprise, I'm giving yet another 5 wins and for how well it was done from start to finish.
ロバート E.O. スピードワゴンは石油王財団設立者としてさらにアメリカの経済界医学界を発展させたが1952年心臓発作で死去
Oh man, this genuinely affected me. These past 26 episodes with him have meant a lot. He's been through so much and it just feels so odd to know that he finally passed away at age 89.
Yeah,
I
decent
know
life,
this is
but,
just an
yeah.
anime and everything, but my god, making me feel sad like this is a gift that should not go unrewarded. For this, I'm adding 10 wins, and in memory of the amazing character Speedwagon, I'm adding another 5 as well. R.I.P. old man. You'll be missed by this YouTuber.
ルドルフォン・シュトルハイムは徐々に再開することなく1943年のスターリングラード戦線で
That's where you're reminded. He was actually a Nazi.
誇り高きドイツ軍人として名誉の戦死を遂げる
I know this dude was a Nazi and
There
everything,
we
and
go.
many of you in
There
the
you
comments
go.
on my various videos have said that you love him regardless, and I'm very much the same in this regard. I thought he was a brilliant character, and it's genuinely sad to see that he died as well, and much earlier than everyone else. Even worse was that he never got a chance to see JoJo again due to the war, but I'm sure if they did, they'd have shared some great moments together and had a beer.
Yeah, man.
For him, I'm adding 10 wins. I'm going to add a final 5 wins here for how they finished up the series, going through everyone's journey, some of which would end and others which would continue onwards. They also did some great foreshadowing of future events coming in the next anime. Thanks so much for watching everyone, and if you enjoyed, please be sure to hit the like button and leave a comment. You can also share the video too on social media, and if you're not subscribed, hit that button and the bell icon to ensure you never miss a new video. Nathan Burr, good without a word.
Cool. That was really cool. Yeah, man. Part 1 and 2, I love them. I think they're great. Like, part 3 is my favourite part. I will give you that. But part 1 and 2, I think, just deserves a little bit more love than it gets, you know? So I thought it was cool to check that out and be reminded, and you can be reminded about how great part 1 and 2 of JoJo's are. Check out my Etsy shop. Got this t-shirt here for you to go and buy. Support the channel. Go buy that. It's awesome. I love it. I love the design. It's cool. And thank you to my patrons. If you want to have your name at the end of every video I upload, links in the description to the Patreon page. $1 a month for the support channel is greatly appreciated. Thank you very much for that. Thank you all for watching. What do you guys think of that? What do you guys think of this? Click like, subscribe if you haven't already. Leave comments down below. Let me know what I should watch or discuss in future videos. I'll see you guys next time.